So today we're going to watch another game of PRX versus XERXIA because, well, it's just super fun. To be honest, like, there's nothing much more to say. It is super fun to watch APAC Valorant. And so, also PRX here, and this is the deciding map in the grand final. So this is actually a really important map. And PRX are running a double duelist comp, which is not something you often see on Haven either, so that piqued my interest, and I was kind of interested to see what they would do, and I found it quite interesting, particularly on some of their attacking sides, the way that they would use it, and the way that they used kind of the spacing of the different agents, because they normally have like the Jet as kind of the first entry, the Raze as the second man in, as you might expect, and then the Sky flashing from a bit deeper, and then they had the Omen as kind of the what I would call like the Breach or Sova replacement, where normally they're with the team, but they're a bit further back, if you understand what I mean. They had Omen in that role, which he can fill pretty well, and I thought that was quite an interesting use. And then they have the Cypher on the Lurk, which is quite an interesting way of creating a team comp, and I think it actually worked pretty well for them. But they're actually going to start on the defensive side, and so let's start off with the pistol, and because they're going to do classic PRX things here. What they're going to do to start off is smoke outside of garage. And straight away, XERXIA are very suspicious. Why straight away have you smoked off garage? And the reason is because it allows both the Jet and the Sky, as you can see there, to run up and send out that flash. And then as that flash is going out, you can just see the Jet here has dashed up as well. And so the Jet dashes in, she's got a frenzy, she gets one. From the backside, Sky is able to get two as well. And then they are on a full-on push, and what's going to happen is Benkai on the Cypher here is also going to push up here now from C, and it's just classic PRX things, you know, with 10 seconds into the game, already they've got 3 kills, make that 4 very quickly, and yeah, they just win this round straight away by just going absolutely crazy and pushing like madmen, and as you can see, they barely take a lick of damage. And now let's come to round number 3, and in this round, PRX are going to find themselves a man down, and they have worse guns as well, so it's not looking great, and they've given up the A site here, but some of the things that they're about to do are absolutely absurd. And I'm normally one, you know, who says constantly, like, wait for your team, group up. But Forsaken here on the Jet is not going to do that because he smells an opportunity. And perhaps in this instance, he's right because he only has a Judge, which obviously for a retake isn't great. So what he does instead is he smokes off this to get up first. Then he smokes out this. We also get this Omen flash here, which you can see has blinded 3 players. So a very good Omen flash there as well. And with this Judge now, he's just going to come around here and he smells the opportunity because one of them is planting the spike that he might be able to get both of them. And that is exactly what happens because away he goes, jumping away, and he's able to get that. Now, whilst this Jet is creating such chaos, you can see that the Omen has managed to kill this Jet as well because this Jet was, you know, focusing on the other Jet coming in crazy with this Judge. So the Omen has been able to swing as well, and you know, that's a very good thing for them. And so they found 3 of the last 4 kills. Now the Sky is able to trade that out, and they end up in a 2v2. But considering where they were with worse guns and less things going on, 2v2 not bad. And this time, you know, they do wait, and the Sky and the Cypher are going to play together. They send out a Sky Flash towards Hell, and they get pretty unlucky, I must say here, because the timing, I think, is just a bit off, and Benkai catches a bit of the flash, and then he just turns the wrong way. The Sky was actually pushing out here, and then it comes down to a 1v1, and, well, it's not the cleanest gunfight you'll ever see, but Sushi Boys for XERXIA is able to win it out. But I just thought, again, you know, some of the things that PRX do are just crazy. And now let's come to round number 11, and we're going to get some early aggression towards A, and this is going to be an A hit from XERXIA here. So they've put, you know, the normal things down. They've sent a flash down here. They've put a Jet smoke here. They've actually put an Omen smoke here to stop anyone peeking from long as well. And so they're going to take this early A control. But one other thing I must quickly note that you can probably see a bit better now is this Cypher camera here as well that Benkai has put down that's going to come in pretty crucial to this round. Because as we run this forward, what's going to happen is we're going to send this Skydog in, but Jing is, as you can see, on top of the box there, but the Skydog does not check that box. But whilst that's gone on, and we're following this Skydog, the camera has been destroyed because it has spotted both of these players, and it's also pinged the Sky as well. So Jing knows that they're there, he knows exactly where they are, and he's able to get that first kill, and obviously they see the Sky there as well. This Omen trip goes off, the Jet has to dash away. We're about to get a trade of kills towards Heaven. Scary gets one, but Forsaken's able to trade out. And then we get this Breach ult coming in onto the site. And Jing's reaction time to blast pack that fast and get on top of this box is absolutely absurd. So in come XERXIA, of course, with all of their utility. But Jing on top of that box, unfortunately, isn't able to find that kill. And I think had he not been on that box, you know, Foxy might not have checked it, but then Forsaken also dashes straight into the sky, unfortunately, because he's trying to get out of one situation, but finds himself in a pretty bad position. But whilst all that has gone on, the Omen has teleported with his ult to back here. Which is, again, just absurdly aggressive, right? To think you can get away with this. But the timing is perfect because the Breach with the spike is obviously running towards the site. But then here's the Omen and tries to come back and fight him. But the timing is just so that the Omen is able to get out just in time and get the kill. As you can see there, he just pulls his gun out in time and Mindfreak finds that kill. Now, whilst that's going on, the Sky at the back of the site is able to find the Jet. And then they end up in this 2v1. They find him with the Skydog, they flash with the Omen flash and get that final kill. And again, it's just PRX showing that when it comes to chaotic situations, they thrive in it. You know, they were born in it. They were molded by it. The chaos. That's how PRX play, and it's so much fun to watch, to be honest. And now let's come to round number 12, and this is another absurd round from PRX, and just again, it's going to show their aggression. In they go with the Sky ult and the Jet, Smoke, and Flash. Quite nice from XERXIA there, well timed. But then that Omen flash is even better timed from Mindfreak. And they get the first kill. But then we get this Killjoy lockdown. And most teams in this situation would say, okay, maybe the Sky here is kind of trapped. They'll try and fight it, and the rest of you, you know, just sit on the edge and we'll play retake after that. But PRX don't play like that. They instantly, probably without saying a word, all know, let's just try and kill them before it goes off. Let's just win the round before this Killjoy lockdown actually goes off. So they have about 10 seconds at this point, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They just push. They just all go running in, and eventually they find the trades and they find the kills that they need to get to this point where eventually the Jet dashes down here so that they can destroy the Killjoy lockdown, as you can see, and they end up in a 2v1 against XERXIA and they're able to win the round. Just absurd decision making from PRX. Not absurd in that it's necessarily the wrong decision, but just how you can tell they instantly all knew, well, we're just going to fight this because that's how we play. And it worked out for them in this instance. And now let's come to PRX's attacking side. And what we're going to get here is this Cypher Cage and a flash out of it. And they're going to go towards A in this round. And that's something that we've seen, you know, for a very long time, that kind of effect. And then they're going to get this nice little A take. So if we just spread it forward a bit more, what we're going to get is a Jet Smoke here. The flash from the Sky is going to come out here. We're going to get a nade for backside, which is quite an interesting little thing. You obviously with the rays you don't normally see, so the nade backside I kind of like. The Jet is obviously going to dash into the smoke and use the Sky flash, but then also at the same time we're going to get an Omen flash down here as well. So a nice little execute, really, that's, I mean, really going to punish, because obviously with the nade it's going to normally push people out, and basically if they come this way, obviously they're running into every single person in the team, and if they run out to this left side, they're going to get flashed by the Omen flash and the Sky flash and whatnot. So a really nice idea from PRX, and it's going to work out for them because they are going to get these kills. I think the Omen flash is slightly a bit late, as you can see there. It didn't quite catch the Jet, but it's good enough because Forsaken is able to hit the shot and they get the site. Now as they start planting the spike here, what I do want to note about PRX though is it's not all chaos. It's not like every single time they play with no discipline and they just go peeking and things like that, because as the trades come in here from both teams, we're going to end up in a 2v1 eventually, as Sushi Boy is able to find this kill on the Sky. We end up in a 2v1, and as I mentioned here, it's not all chaos. They're going to wait for the tap on the spike. You know, they're not going to get greedy. They wait for Sushi Boys to get back towards the spike, and then they go for the kill, playing as a 2, as you can see, with the Jet and the Cypher grouped up, rather than them just running in solo. So it's not all chaos. It's coordinated good chaos. And now let's watch round 14 for just some of the absolute insane pace that PRX play at sometimes. Let's take a look at this, because as we see here, we got Surf on this Marshall. They're going to send in a Boombot, and in comes Forsaken, and then comes a great Omen flash as well, and he's just not going to stop. And as soon as he sees this Sky get a kill as well, boom, you're dead as well. And I know they're up against worse guns here, but still, it's absolutely absurd how fast they play, and just some of the things, like again, the speed of this Omen flash coming in straight away. You know, it's just like instinctual. They know what they're doing here. This Boombot, as soon as, you know, he hears a Marshall, he's dashing straight away, And then this Omen flash is absolutely absurd from this position, you know, because the Jet dashed back as well. So this Omen flash over here, absolutely perfect, and you know, that gets them a kill obviously. And then the flick from Forsaken, able to find the second. And I just love how, you know, as soon as that comp comes in, as oh, there's someone long as well, they're dead before they even know what's hit them. They get the sight, they win the round. And now let's come to the final round in the game, round number 21. And we're going to see again some absurd things going on right now, because we're going to get a ton of utility from both sides. So we got a breach stun, as you can see there. We get the Jet smoke normal. A sky flash is going to come out from both sides. So there's one coming here. There's one that's going to come up here. But then I just want you to watch here the Omen as well, and the reaction to his, like how he reacts to all of this going on. So what this has allowed is for the Jet to push up here and for the breach to push up here. But look, we get this Omen flash down here on short. And that means that this is going to push off this breach, which means that the pressure isn't coming in from two sides, and they're able to isolate one instead. Now, as that is going on, get back to a normal camera, Benkai has like a lineup for this Cypher Cage, which is a really cool kind of, again, if you are expecting some kind of A main aggression, you know, a lot of teams do this where, you know, their Jet will be pushed up and they have like the Sky coming from further back. And this kind of Cypher Cage in the middle of them is obviously separating them, which means, again, you can just isolate one person on this kind of aggressive push. And that's exactly what they do. There was that Omen flash on the breach. And although the Jet is able to get one, they trade it out very quickly, and then they get the Cypher ult off as well. And now what we're going to get from here is they just decide, well, there's two on A, but screw it, let's just go at them now when there's only two of them. And so they send in a nade, and you know, again, just their advantage of the double duelist here is obviously they still have the rays to give them that extra bit of space creation, and that's exactly what is going to happen. Now, how Jing hits this next shot, I don't know, to be honest. They send a Sky Flash through it. How that is a headshot, I don't know. I really don't know. But then what we're going to get is one kill from Foxy, but he gets traded out. And then Scary gets traded out as well. And from this position, they are able to win the game with this Defender Killjoy. Sushi Boy is obviously not in a great position. He doesn't really know where everyone is. He is able to get the first one, but Benkai is able to finish it off and win for PRX. And again, as I mentioned, they thrive in chaos, but some of their ideas, I think you can see, it's not just like they play in total chaos and they're just always reacting. They have very good ideas as well for what they're doing. And as I've mentioned before when I talked about PRX, I really do think they can do pretty well. They're already through to the quarters already. They're through that group stage portion, so they have plenty of time to cook some weird stuff up as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if PRX do start surprising some people and, you know, maybe make a bit of a run at this tournament.